Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm in my same green GMAK hoodie. I mean, to me so far, between this and my black and orange, absolute favorite hoodies. And most of the time you're going to see me wearing my GMAK gear because this is my life, man. This is what I represent. This is who I am. I love my company. I love what we built. We're not just building a company. It's a brand, in my opinion. You know, we're bringing this to you all the time. You see me shoot video, you either see me in this, you definitely see me in the hat. Gotta show up looking good, gotta show up looking classy. What's more classy than GMAK gear with the matching sneakers again. I'm always talking about my sneakers. Now, for those of you who haven't subscribed to our channel, man, please, it don't take long. It takes you 2 seconds. It's literally right below this video. Maybe, I don't know where my hand's gonna be, but it doesn't matter. Click that subscribe button, man. Hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm showing us a little bit more. We're really trying to give you more content, more energy, more things to discuss. Okay, so on this video, though, I really wanted to get into a debate that I've had with a few people about Teflon and how to wrap your Teflon tape around a thread. Now, in this case, I have a small thread. This is just something, honestly, that I found around. I'm not using anything specific. This is a brass elbow. It's not about the elbow. Don't comment down below, yo, that's brass, what are you using it on? That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is how to apply the Teflon and a couple of questions I've even had and debates I've even had, so we can kind of, not settle the score, but I always like to get other people's opinion on why they do things or how they do things, and I'll tell you how I was taught. So, anyway, on this one we're using Blue Monster. Maybe it's not always my go-to, it's just what I had. Again, this is just an educational video on Teflon, how to use it, how to wrap it, how to do it a specific way, how to do it the way I do it, and how it's explained to me. And then just to get the debate going down below, leave a comment, please. You don't have to tear me up, man. This is not about that. This is about education. Everything I try to provide for you is education, and we can see how we can help you grow, how we can grow. We're always looking to grow. There's no ego in this channel. It's one thing I can tell you, when you come here, we have zero ego. I'm always learning. You should always be learning, and you're probably here for that reason. So, with that said, roll a Monster, pop this bad boy open. This is 1/2 inch. I think that's what they call it. Whatever. To me, it's 1/2 inch. In my industry, we use 1/2 inch, we have 3/4. Sometimes we deal with 2 to 4 inch piping. 5 is a little bit outside of the norm, more welding on that. And this is just a little 1/2 inch elbow again. So a lot of times I'll take the Teflon I'm a righty. If you're a lefty, do it the opposite way. It doesn't matter. But I take the Teflon in my right hand. Let me try to come a little bit closer to the camera. Hopefully you can see me. And so, you know, sometimes you open them up and they could be a little bit shriveled. So I usually just pop it. This way I can start at the beginning nice and fresh, right? And I'll start. Now, this is the debate. I was always taught to leave the first thread not Teflon. I've seen guys do this thing where they come here, right, and they start like that. Whatever. Actually, I'm actually a little bit in reverse. So I like to go the other way. You want to be like, so if this is my thread and I'm spinning it righty-tighty, right? You don't want the Teflon to push out. So you're going to wrap it from the underneath, and then you're going to use the leverage of the plastic to hold it in place and wrap it around. Right? And once you get it going, you can just do it nice and tight. And I'll go like maybe 3 turns around. See, I can hold it, I have control of it, and then I just stick a finger underneath it and pop. Breaks right off, no problem. So now I have how I would Teflon. And if you notice, I leave the first thread open. Now I was taught to do this a long time ago. And I feel like the main reason is, depending on what it is that you're installing, this elbow or this fitting, and you wouldn't be probably installing this fitting. I even forgot what I bought this for. But it's something related to like a hose cock fitting. But it's just something I found. But the point is, a lot of times when you're spinning in this Teflon, sometimes it can tear up. I even had a guy teach me to take the roll and spin it inside like this, just to get it deeper inside the threads. I don't know if it helps, if it doesn't help. That was a master plumber, New York City master plumber. I never liked the guy anyway, so it's irrelevant. but when it works, it works. I'm going to take this back off. So I'm not even going to take it off. Now, that's the way I've always done it. And then after that, depending on what application I'm using, I'll put a little bit of paste on it. And Pro Dope. Depends on what I'm working on. When I'm working on gas, Pro Dope is more than enough. If I'm working on number 2 oil in New York City specifically, they're using this biofuel now, and the biofuel is kind of tearing through the Teflon, and then eventually you have leaks. So, and honestly, forget about the Teflon. I don't even know why I said that. That's stupid. I don't use Teflon on number 2. It's actually not going to work for you. Nor is it going to work on gas. So, forget I even said either one of those things. It's not legal in New York to use Teflon tape on gas. So you would just be using paste, and that's another video. But on water, this is how I would do it. Now, I've seen guys go in there, and they do this shit. I don't know if you can see this. I get you as close to you as possible. They start at the end, and now look what you have. So, look what you end up with, though. So by the time you spin this thing in, what we're trying to avoid at all costs is I don't want Teflon and I don't want paste going inside the fitting, right? I only want the paste to get on the thread. So I'm not a heavy paster. And I had an old timer tell me a long time ago, and I've stuck with this, and I teach my guys the same thing. The paste is not really, like, none of these things are supposed to seal the pipe. If you have good threads and you buy good threads, that be the thread on the nipple or the elbow, or this is a street elbow, or on the coupling or whatever you're using that you're spinning it into, and the taper's right, technically you shouldn't have to use any Teflon or any paste, and you would have a good seal. But over the years, we use the Teflon. Teflon to me is a little bit more of like a lubricant, so when I want to take it apart, it makes taking apart the fittings easier. It just keeps it so it doesn't just lock up in there, because there are some paste in certain situations where you just can't even get, well, this is 1/2 inch, you're going to get it apart, but on larger fittings, when you get into like the 1.5 inch, 2 inch range, and you put things together and they've been together for a long time, especially on steam, getting it apart, forget about it. You might as well just break the fitting. But with this, I don't like anything where it's going to protrude into whatever my water flow is or whatever it is that I'm working on. And that goes for paste also, but I'm going to do a separate video on paste. It's a very short video, but it's very important. So, like I said, let me go back to how I had it, because this is stupid to me. This is the way I was always taught to do it. By the time I put a little paste, and when I put the paste on here also, I don't just cake on paste. I put it on as thin as I can, and then I just finger it in to the joints, and then I can tighten it up. I don't want to over paste anything. I don't want to over Teflon anything. I don't want to over paste anything. And I end up with this, and by the time I tighten this thing up, all's well. Now, again, I did this video for educational purposes, but I'm also just giving you my point of view. Maybe I'm no master plumber. I've been doing this for 15 years. But I've been more of a service guy, to be fair. But I started in plumbing. So I want to know what you guys think about that. Please share a comment. Let's talk about it. Let's get the discussion going. I know this seems like a very simple video, but again, it's one of those I don't see a lot of, and it's a debate that I've had with many people. So let me know what you think down below. If you got something out of this video too, share it with people, man. Let's spread love. Let's spread some joy. Life is good, man. We're just talking about plumbing. Like, what else we have to talk about here? Nothing crazy going on here. It's a lot of fun, you know what I mean? I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.